Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new edition of Big Brother 23 Live Feed Spoilers. Happy Endurance Day, everyone. It is here. I want to see somebody get sprayed in a face while they're standing on some pirate ship or whatever other nonsense they're going to hopefully do.
Or that spinning one where they get hit by a giant foam pizza.
Listen, we're very juvenile here. We want to watch either people fall down, people get hit in the face. Like, this is the stuff that true Big Brother live feeders live for. And honestly, we all need something like that after like the last few days of feeds that have just been kind of just like.
And with endurance, I mean, it has a chance to sort of shake things up a little bit because of all the people that are there, Brittany seems like the person that should do the best at this.
I think it's going to be really exciting. We'll talk a little bit more about this HoH and what could happen a little bit later on. But first, to take a line from Julie Chin here, Whitney does campaigning. Will it work? Is there a chance that she could stay in the game?
Yeah, Whitney and Hannah both started having conversations yesterday, and it is a little bit late, but better late than never.
Yeah, she tried. She tried. We all know where this week is going, and there's nothing that Whitney can do, but she did more yesterday, or at least last night, than we've seen. And Alyssa actually kind of seemed briefly interested in keeping Whitney around last night. Like, Whitney's mentioned in the past this idea that Hannah thinks she can manipulate Christian, that she can, find a way to get into his head and control him, especially if Alyssa is out of the game. And, if I'm Alyssa and I'm hearing about this, I ain't gonna be too happy.
It's an excellent pitch. It really is, because you're kind of feeding into that insecurity that everybody has, not just Alyssa. I'm not picking on her. Everybody feels that a little bit, where it's kind of like, if you weren't in the game, Hannah kind of feels like she could get a little close to Christian. She can manipulate him a little bit. Yeah, that's going to get into her head a little bit.
Yeah, and that seems to at least be there. And Whitney did this pitch to Christian as well, which was basically, she didn't want to go after him. She's gonna go after Derek X. She just feels like Derek X is the bigger threat because, how dare Derek X accidentally slip up on the show and sort of suggest that she's in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good pitch as well to sort of be like, listen, no hard feelings. You put me on the block. You're still not my target. I still have a beef going on with Derek X, and you know that I do. So it feels very real.
You should have at least thought of this. You should have at least given yourself time for there to be other conversations. And I know that the cookout is a thing, and Hannah's got Derek X as well. There's never a chance for this vote to actually legitimately flip.
There isn't, but if she had had enough time, she at least probably could have turned Christian and could have turned Alyssa, and that could have moved into some other things. It could have.
Yeah, you never really know, because we have seen the tiniest of divisions within the cookout. There's been tension with Azza, with Tiffany over, I guess kind of the hierarchy of that group, how things are working out here or there.
Yeah, and Hannah's kind of been on the bottom of that group for a while. So would there been a way to sort of cut her out at the bottom? It's a small chance.
Yeah.
But Whitney would have needed more days. It's just not enough time.
Whitney, I'm not trying to be mean to you here, but I like seeing people get snowed over in Big Brother. That was my joy with Brent, of course, before Brent tried to act like he knew everything was happening all along.
Yeah.
Big surprise. But, I kind of wish that Whitney was less aware that she was going tonight so that we could have more fun with the episode.
I wish that she had just really pushed herself out there. She's been aware that she's going all week. So take the time to have those conversations and really fight for yourself to stay. You're going to step up on Wednesday night. You deserve to go home. I'm really not sorry about that. It's just, it is the way it is.
Yeah. It's like she thinks she has a chance with the Jokers, but that's Mostly because Derek F is just sort of leading her on, and I don't know what Derek F is doing. I don't know if he's just bored, just wants to amuse her.
Derek F has been sort of playing a very strange game where he is kind of just leading people on.
I don't like. Yeah, he's done like these rogue votes. He's
Yeah.
just like I kind of get the sense that he just. I don't mean this in like a negative way, but does Derek F really care about anything? Because I kind of think that he doesn't.
It's hard to really know. Like, he feels like he's there and he's kind of just having a fun time manipulating people and playing that bit of the game. But the rest of the game, it just feels like isn't there for him.
I'm so sorry, Derek F. Derek F is the ultimate sliding doors because it's like, what if he was not with Frenchie at the start? Like, has Frenchie wrecked Derek F forever? Let us know in the comments.
I don't think so. I mean, yeah, at the beginning, yes, but do I still think he's playing Frenchie's game? I don't. I think this is the part of the game that he enjoys the most. He likes sort of playing these kind of mind games with people, which is part of this game and is part of this
Yeah.
household, but it's just not the only part of it to be able to win.
Multifaceted, Derek F. Multifaceted here. All right, so the last thing campaign-wise is that, Sarah Beth has still been, like, trying to subtly push getting out Hannah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't, like, Sarah Beth is this person who it's like, you need to, like, go a mile in order to, like, make an impact here and really just, like, run that full distance. She's, like, putting, like, her foot out like she's about to run the mile, and then she just like backs away again.
And I completely understand where she's coming from with that, because she did a harder push earlier and she could see how much resistance was coming back. So you still want to try to see if you can get Hannah out. But after that conversation where she was getting so much pushback, I think she just knows that if she pushes too hard, she's going to end up being the next one out the door.
All right, so we're gonna set the stage here for the HoH and the endurance. But before we do, why not hit that subscribe button here? Because we're talking Big Brother 23. We're sharing hot takes. We're pounding our head against the wall about how predictable these eviction votes are. We don't want you guys to miss any of that.
We also have our American Horror Stories review up. It was a pretty good episode. There was some stuff that was good. There's some controversial takes in there. Some shady Matt came out.
It happens.
Check that out.
Okay. Shady Matt's going to come out a lot with this endurance. I'll tell you this right now.
All right.
Because there's a lot of people, you guys ain't winning. Like, I don't care what you say. I don't care if you claim you're going to win it. Like, there's at least like 3 or 4 people that are just going to totally suck at this.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that like bigger, stronger guys can't win this competition. But in general, this competition is made for people like me who are smaller, or people, I'll say more like Matt, who have a little bit more physical ability to be able to hold themselves up, but a smaller version of Matt.
Yeah, here's what
if we were put together and it was Matt that is good at sort of doing things for a longer period of time, but in a smaller version like me, that's a 10 out of 10. That's a win for endurance.
If only such technology was possible, because here is a preview of Matt during the endurance competition. 5 minutes in. Splat.
Yeah, because the other thing about endurance is usually those little like paddles that you're standing on are very small, and Matt's feet are size 15. Size 15. They will be bigger than those panels.
I think I was also told when I was doing like something in I think I was in high school. I was doing like this balance training, and I was told I had the balance of a 4-year-old. So this does not bode well for me in any endurance competition. It is going to be a disaster for some of these people, but that's fine. Not all of them even really seem to want to win it anyway.
No, this has definitely been the season of everyone wants to throw the HoH every single week.
Yeah, like Claire has already made it clear. Ideally she doesn't want to win this HoH, and I mean I kind of get it for her. She's already safe coming up. There's no real need for her to go out there and get blood on her hands for no reason.
Or show that she can win a lot of comps. Like, when you're already safe, taking a safety away from somebody else really paints a bad target on you.
Yeah, Claire can just fall. You can make the excuse, Claire. Claire's pretty tall. She can just say that, okay, you know what? I don't have good balance. I was klutzy. I went, nope, I don't think anyone is going to think twice about her.
No.
Now, here's where things get funnier. Sarah Beth has already discussed wanting to throw this. Sarah Beth. Oh no.
Yeah, Sarah Beth wants to throw it. Xavier wants to throw it. Like, there's some people that need to not throw it. And Sarah Beth is high up on that list, especially after her push for Hannah.
No, I think if you're Sarah Beth, I don't know, maybe you'll just have that competitive spirit that will just sort of take over like midway through this competition. Like Xavier, I don't think he would win it anyway. He's too muscular, he's too big.
Yeah, we're not saying that big muscular guys can't win it, but if you look at the past competitions, they don't typically win.
Yeah, and as you guys can tell, I'm making the assumption here that this is pirate ship, and I could be totally wrong. It could be, as you mentioned earlier, the watch people get hit in the face with things spectacular.
Yep, the swinging around into the slice of pizza over and over again.
At a certain point, okay, this is confessionals that I should not make in videos. I would try to eat the pizza to see if it's real, which, by the way, I love food. Check out our Instagram, Jess TV, for all sorts of food pictures, including an attempt at raspberry danishes this weekend.
I cannot wait for these raspberry danishes.
They're probably going to be better than the foam pizza that is happening during this competition.
That was a good segue. I'm into this. I was wondering where you were going with that.
I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, Matt is losing his mind. That is obviously not real. It has hit other people in the head.
Thank you very much to everyone who has gone over to our Instagram.
Yeah, so other interesting HoH sort of scenarios here. Hannah has already told Alyssa that she wouldn't nominate her or Christian. And here's the thing. I kind of want you to be lying, Hannah. Like, you just got put on the block by them. Like, they're not in the cookout. You don't owe them anything at this point. Just, like, make the move. Like, have the chutzpah to go ahead and go through with this.
I feel that she is probably lying about it. I think that she needs to say that because they all are expecting endurance to be coming up. And Alyssa has a very good chance of winning this as well. So if Alyssa wins, Hannah needs to say these things before this competition comes up. It is the right move.
I keep going back and forth in my head as like what the actual, like what's the right move for tonight in terms of Big Brother being really entertaining and like having some good chaos, because like I like Azza. It would be fun if Azza won the HoH, but it would also continue just the inevitable steamroll of the cookout. And we all want there to be at least like some opposition, like some drama along the way here.
Yeah, some of my favorite winners are the ones that have a little bit of like a pushback where they do have to feel sort of the heat of the seat for a little while, or at least feel like maybe they're going to go up or get nominated and find a way to wiggle out of it. That's why I am thinking that Brittany's probably going to win tonight, and it will cause a little bit of chaos in the cookout. And I think they truly need to have that feeling of, okay, we're actually in some sort of trouble. How are we going to get out of this?
I think that could be really fun. It's also, Brittany would feel like a very atypical HoH. I don't really know exactly what she would do. And even if all the cookout stays, maybe it exposes their alliance a little bit more. Maybe they have to sort of scramble a little bit. At least I want to see them sweat a little.
Yeah, they need to scramble just a little bit. Like, it has been quite predictable each week because we do have the big alliance rolling.
Yeah. All right. So the likely targets here, go ahead and just write them down on your metaphorical whiteboard. Like, I'm sure everybody has one of those.
We have.
Yeah. Sarah Beth, Christian, Alyssa, Hannah. I think any of those four could be in at least a certain degree of danger depending on who ends up winning this.
Yeah, the other side of the house needs to win something, and they need to not do the bidding of the cookout like Christian just did.
Christian, you are gonna facepalm yourself into oblivion after all this is over. You squandered your HoH, feeding right into their hands, and like I love the cookout. I don't really mind it that much, but come on, give us some drama.
Yeah, to be fair to Christian, he doesn't know.
It is true. It is true. All right. Well, let us know. Who do you want to win HOH tonight? What sort of eviction, what sort of endurance are you guys
Mm.
wanting? Are you wanting the pirate ship? Are you wanting the pizza to the face spectacular?
Pizza slam.
Pizza Slam. That sounds good. That sounds like a wrestling event. Tonight on Pizza Slam, we're making pizza. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you here next time.